Maybe guys, welcome back. How's my favorite next favorite guest, Shauna?
Next favorite? Who's your favorite guest? Ooh.
If you want to tell us.
You like to make everyone feel special.
It was like that was also you with Cody
Uh-huh.
Swans.
Yeah.
Like, he was tough.
Oh, that's so rotten.
I know, but it's funny though.
So rotten. Be like, you're my favorite. No, you're my favorite. You're my favorite. Yeah. No one's your favorite. You are your own favorite. Exactly.
How you been? It's a new month life for you.
I've gone through quite a lot of changes in a short amount of time. But all changes, I think, will move me closer to my goals this year and next year. So it's all a bit scary, but I'm quite excited.
Scary is good, right?
Scary is good, yeah.
Scary, and you know.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm really quite excited about the next steps in my journey. Yeah.
You know, crazy.
Yes, of course. Of course.
And it's already spring.
I know.
Where how are you?
Spring-ish, spring adjacent. I've seen on the memes people are calling it foolish spring because we're about to get cold weather again. You know, because that's New York. That's New York. New York is like, oh, you comfortable? All right.
Let's change
it out.
a little bit.
Let's change it. It was rainy. It was horrible.
Oh, that was long, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand this.
I know. I know. The city really looks less like a dumpster fire when it's sunny out. Yeah. I do enjoy New York when it's sunny.
I love it, and
I love it, and I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. When the rats are not running around, New York is beautiful. There's possums in the subway system. How horrid. How absolutely horrid. I know.
We have a big weekend.
Yeah, we've got a big weekend coming up.
Finally, after a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm hosting the Oscars.
We're back. We're back hosting the Oscars.
I didn't pick on love. Not a beauty brand. I still want to watch this keeper. It's over. So it's very good. Last year.
Yeah.
South Sea. Oppenheimer and Barbie were obviously the rumors, but there was the one big they filmed that we got a chance to see.
Right.
Obviously, we had a 10.
Yes.
Best picture nominations. I'd first thing they didn't read to my shit. This was 5 for.
I know.
But I just for me to highly voluntary movies and films, but how do you even like start this thing to pick a best picture out of 10 films? I think it's just such a hard thing to do. And what they started doing a lot of this to me. Parasite. Double check this, but is that a thing the name shown into it?
I know. That's really confusing.
So like if you know mine, so could prove one.
Exactly. In a different category, yeah. But also this idea of, the Golden Globes are a sham. But what I do appreciate about them is that they do separate comedy, musical from drama because it's quite challenging and kind of unfair to judge a musical and a comedy up against a drama because there's very, very different things going on in either of those genres. So I think it's quite challenging to how does Barbie stack up against a movie like The Zone of Interest? I mean, The Zone of Interest is a very, very dark subject matter of the Holocaust. So how do you judge that as a better film than Barbie when it's really dealing with different things and it's a different,
Bender said it is based on the possible one way to consider as the truth is with the money you made. Is it based off of?
Oh well, never. I don't think it's about those two things.
Well, who does it really know that?
Is it cinematography? Is it writing? Is it So it's really kind of confusing. And, the category is kind of all over the place. I've seen... Yeah. I've seen... No, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 10, which is not bad. And not bad. That's pretty... And I've seen all of them in the movie theater, which is very, very rare for me.
That is very,
very rare.
Yeah, especially with tree nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like cheating that.
Uh-huh.
It's true. So
Yeah. No, I've seen all the ones I saw in the theater.
that's it.
And the one I saw most recently is Poor Things. And I had been trying to see Poor Things for literally months now, but every time I would get a ticket, I got sick, I got a cold, I had to, it was just chaos. I couldn't. So last Sunday, I finally went to an early show at Alamo Draft House. If you know me, that's my favorite movie theater. And I love that theater because they have a policy of no talking, no texting. And the couple sitting next to me clearly did not observe those rules about talking and texting. And this will lead us into our subtopic of hashtag straight men talking, stop talking 2024. It was a couple sitting next to me, and the guy just could not stop saying words. Like, he kept explaining to his girlfriend about the movie as though she wasn't sitting next to him watching it herself. So it was very strange. If you've not seen Poor Things, I won't spoil it too much. I think it's a really fabulous film to see in the theater. So see it while you can see it in the theater, because it's so super colorful and fantastical, and it really serves really well on a big screen. But basically, it's about this woman who is experiencing everything the world has to offer for the first time. And quite a lot of it is her relationship with her body and sex. And, it was really quite, I think Yorgos does this really, really amazing thing about flipping concepts on their heads.
Yeah.
And really kind of forcing you to kind of think. He gives you a box that's really like not a box, and he asks you to posit what these concepts would look like if you don't have them in a box. So, Bella is really coming to terms with her body, with, the physicalness of her body, the sexual components of her body. And, she encounters all these men in her life that inform her in some way and teach her things. Yeah. And it was really interesting to see such a powerful female character behave and do things that made men so uncomfortable, but they were things that men do all the time. And one of the really interesting things was this guy, there's a wonderful kind of affinity that Bella has for cunnilingus. I'm going to use the proper term, cunnilingus. And the man who was mansplaining the whole time got really uncomfortable every time she would mention it, every time she would ask for it. And I was like, oh, it's because you don't do that to your girlfriend. Oh. Yeah, that's probably why. But I was just filled with delight. I left the movie theater despite all of the disruptions. I felt like this is what movies do. This is what they do.
Yeah. Aspect I had to shake. Well,
yes. Oh, she was just a vision in that film. I mean, what a beautiful director pairing of Emma Stone and Yorgos Lanthimos.
She really took. Yeah, she was his purpose.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
The role where
Mm-hmm.
see the role change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought it was colorful, so chocolate.
Oh, really, beautiful.
Really good.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. It's your work. It's just things like that's bad. Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Like one, the character that Mark Ruffalo plays, he's a cat. He's slept with hundreds of women. And the minute that Bella starts doing that, he gets enraged. He is like, how dare you share yourself? And she's just like, I'm doing what you're doing. So it's really, I don't know. It's about territory, it's about possession. It's all these things that, men who claim they're liberal, and then they're confronted with a very liberal woman, and then they're not.
Yep.
So, for me, it's one of the great films, and it's an important film given all of the things that are happening in our country with abortion rights and women's rights for our bodies. Like, it's good to see a film where like a woman is like, oh, no, 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 I'm not property. Like, this is my body. I'm going to do whatever I want to do with it. So it's important. It's important.
I mean, Sally is not. But,
no, it's not. Absolutely not.
But
it's absolutely not going to win.
Down to it. Emma's so wrong that it's not
going to win.
But
Emma Stone definitely is not going to win.
Well, it's funny. No, there's true. Now, a little blessed. I didn't like those before. Phones very powerful. And sure is supposed to do this. But that's one. Yes, there it is. I only eyes.
Marty, you got to work on your editing. Or Thelma Schumacher, you got to work on your editing.
Yeah, like Leo's great. Whatever they said, it's like
Yeah.
Or such. But Lily.
That's another podcast.
She really commanded that.
She's the film. She's the film.
She really, small transition. She loved. Store of the fish too. I would be fully upset. I'd give Emma one, and it would be.
I think Emma would be upset if Emma won.
Right.
I think so. Yeah.
It's just like, she should. Sam, it smells like. They're cool. Well, listen. I mean, nice, but I'd be very shocked. We all know them. Because Nolan gets the best director, which had true profession.
Yeah, Nolan. Yeah. True.
I always says
Cillian Murphy.
I always say Cillian.
Cillian. Good old Irishman.
Yeah, it's not my house. I did love it, but my favorite veteran was Holdovers.
Oh my god, I really love the Holdovers.
Really brave, small June. Obviously for supporting actors.
I mean, she was amazing. Oh,
was amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, heart of the film. She was the heart of the film.
Really,
yes, yeah.
That's how they did.
Yeah, he was great too.
He was great.
Yeah.
It was such a good story. No, it just really touched me so.
I like those slices of. It's like a slice of life film, I would call it. It's like a moment in time for a very specific, a boarding school, very specific Boston.
Yeah.
I love these investigations. Oh my God, why is my brain eluding me?
Right.
Who is the director? Oh my God, Alexander Payne. Oh my God, yes. Alexander Payne, he's in Election. He is so good at these slice of life, regular, run-of-the-mill people. And this film, The Holdovers, is a really great example of that particular genre of films, which I think really needs to come back. I mean, we're so used to seeing these like larger than life people, Oppenheimer, people like that, real life people who did these tremendous things that absolutely we should know their stories.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of really lovely to kind of see a story about regular people. So I think Alexander Payne does a great job.
And your whole you live when they turned it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really got a bad show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, broke that in.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought it's a great storytelling.
Yeah.
I do think Barbie had a message.
Yes. I think Barbie had a message.
It's quirky. I feel like it is more of a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw moves. But something is I think the phenomenal job to all of the actors.
Yeah.
And I was definitely sure she had them when she did it. She did it. Even that they think not first game. Over and really put this kind of conversation. But it's also being I was saying so earlier and said, well, there should be something.
I love an awkward conversation. Yeah. I love an awkward conversation.
Yeah, there should be some. So it's kind of, but I just felt a little too happy, but it's fun to watch.
I mean, I think it's one of those films that if you watch it at different parts of your life, it looks different to you, I think.
And who you are.
And who you are as a person. I was a semi Barbie girl growing up. So for me, it was really lovely to kind of see giant versions of toys that I had. So like, the Barbie dream house that kind of opened up. Like for me, that was fantastic to see that on screen. I think Poor Things is a better representation of the same kind of message that Barbie was wanting to tell.
Yeah.
I think it was a little, and again, this is the criticism of quite a lot of people. It was a little too preachy, it was a little too on the nose. It wasn't clever enough. I think Poor Things is a little bit better in that sense.
Yeah.
And I think lastly, before we move on, because I think we should move on, Maestro is one of those like Oscar bait films that like
was it good?
I cannot stand.
Would you
like Bradley Cooper was like really, really, really trying too hard. Like I think he was really trying too hard, and I don't know. I just those kind of movies really give me the ick.
Really?
Because it's like you're making a movie. You're making a movie for the sake of trying to win an award, not making a movie to make a movie that's good. Like for instance, I throw Iron Claw in for Best Picture because that movie to me was such a really good movie. I cried.
Movie.
I know you don't cry,
but I know there's such as a good song. And like follow 16.
That movie, and he's still the only one. Yeah, that movie was so it was really powerful.
And I gave everyone for the whole cast was basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually I think kind of the snuff or something.
Yeah.
So it was like snuff.
Yeah. But that idea of like, really, really, really going after a dream, and the cost of that for your your family, like that movie. I mean, that movie is one of the best ones I've seen this year. So I'm sad that it didn't show up in the Best Picture or didn't get love anywhere really.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll see.
But we'll see on Sunday. See on Sunday.
Should we watch the 96? 96.
Yes.
Saturday Awards only.
Oh.
Which is actually starring.
I know.
I was but I do not hurry, but we shall see. Right, well, we'll get into your next topic, which is we're very divided on this one. White straight and fucking soon out and
oh God. Okay.
But I'm gonna let you know your rabbit. I'm gonna let you say your piece on it. I'm not gonna disagree with you. Does that if there's past to be past current circle?
I'm about to give an example. Uh-huh.
No names.
No names.
But as you want to go.
Okay, so the straight men, stop straight men from Talking 2024 is not my own original concept. It is a concept from the great, he describes himself as a pop culture anthropologist and a sexy clown, Mr. Blakely Thornton on Instagram. If you have not seen any of his videos, they are incredibly fantastic, really funny, super insightful, and this man speaks the truth. So I'm going to give him a little plug here right now, and you should go check him out. He's the one who started this concept of stop straight men from talking 2024. For us to have a formidable society, we need to stop them from saying things, from telling jokes, from doing comedy shows, from, walking dogs, literally everything. Example, we were out a couple weeks ago at a cultural event, and Zach and I were just sitting, enjoying our dumplings and, talking about one of our many travels as we do, because it's a wonderful way to broaden your horizon about yourself and the world. And someone in our party overheard us and said, "Oh, but those guys, they don't want kids." And we were like, pause. And I said, "Excuse me?" And the person said, "Well, you guys are always traveling and you're independent. So, of course you guys don't want kids." And I said, "Is that is that the criteria to not have children? So I put this little mini story on Blakely's Instagram, and I was flooded with a barrage of wonderful insights from lots of women and men about the fact that those are not reasons for one to not have kids. Yeah. So somebody wrote, I was told it's feminists like me that drive men to commit suicide, because she also agrees she's independent and loves to travel and, can't. Yeah. Somebody wrote, that's wild because my kid went to 30 countries before he turned 3. It's almost like they're portable. Yes, you can pick up your children and put them on airplanes and buses and trains and take them with you. Somebody said, every time a straight man talks to me, I sign back to him so he goes away. So she employs American Sign Language to keep straight men from talking to her. I love it. And then somebody said, they're out here reckless. I have 2 children and we take them everywhere. So yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful investigation of this idea that straight men just need to just say words all the time, and they don't think about their opinions are the opinions that they think should stick. And so
We think it's a solution. If you think this. Yes.
no, I think it stems from, and I think we need to just keep telling them to shut up. I think it's most of the straight men I've encountered who have this affliction, they have it because they've never been told no in their lives. They've never been kind of shaken to be like, no, you can't say things like that. So I think, no, I don't think they should be canceled. I think, just like every other kind of thing in the world, they exist in the world. But I do think that they need to be kind of called out when it happens. And, I do that. I have no problem doing that. So it's just really interesting, kind of the thoughts that come out of people's mouths.
Yeah, I think it goes back to not say same well, it comes with, as you said, it's not. It's almost
Exactly. Exactly.
the you thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know say I'm not finding if he's doing that more something that's funny. Those are the day. You have to sit back and just sit.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to say words.
I used to feel like they've actually been a certain level. Now, how many of some of us suck it else? Every day wake up. Have you been in Titans turn? I was by group of them muzzle like that, and it's fine.
I'm going to tell you that this person that I'm referring to, whether on psychedelics or not, is always like this.
That's true.
I'm going to.
I know that was a fight. Yes, no, you're not. I noticed that like, I've started to podcast and talk with people.
Yeah.
And I look at it as about that. But anyways, either you want to be saying too much nonsense, or if you're going to say something, so let it slip back if you're ready.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I have some great professors or amazing, great composite professors. Their jobs. Right. But they also have the understanding to step back and take in.
Yes.
So I took him to ask like this word, like, okay, if I did say something, but sit back. If sometimes just sit there and just chill. I think when people are being involved.
Yes.
They feel like they have salt and bullet lands.
Yes.
Yes, as a reader.
Yeah.
I think,
yes.
Or like, they don't hurry.
No.
They just say what they want to say. And it's like, I'm not going to preach all the time. So, that mistake. When it's up, no, that's not
No, you absolutely not say that. You will get your ass beat.
Right.
Yeah, don't say that.
So it's like you have to learn to reach your room, but also to Notice that happens. Get back to the aspect of shoot.
And to listen, because I think a lot of people, like sometimes you don't have to share your.
No.
You don't.
I think if you're asked.
If you're asked, but you don't have to, you don't have to.
Nightmare is fun, like.
Yes.
Nice version?
Exactly. I am the same.
Or do you want the...
I am the same. Yes.
Yes.
Right, a girlfriend.
You want those?
Yeah.
Listen, I love the... Understand his life and realize it's okay to sit back. Best of friends, I'll see now. Sit back here, chicken shit. Like, promotion here. Don't be a lush.
Yes.
You all have a face.
Yes. Of how it's going to go. Yes.
Staying in because in my actually, the family's like, I think they have to do it. Stuff that happens in our nation. That they just sort of rest. They just change.
Right. Nothing changes.
And I just got sort of wants to be annulled. And that's probably sad.
Yeah.
To say that.
Yeah.
Feeling is American, but I think it's just none of this. And upon seeds, that I think from back to it. It's like,
and we move in Portugal, friend. We're moving to Portugal. I cannot go through another 4 years.
I'm not saying I don't go and say people. The drama. They're trying to elevate as well. Basically, I just think it's a factor. Like, you gotta stop this. And then, COVID is a large change. I won't say any way to say it. It's where you have to go next to the street, or you have to be right off.
Yeah, they have to be right all the time. No, you don't.
It's okay to not say things, but it's okay. And part of whatever.
Yeah.
But we say that we just want to be so busy in the whole world of things.
Yes.
So if you keep doing it, you're the last the murders.
Yeah, I know.
It's usually cool. All stuff. It's not saying it's better.
It's different. It's different, yeah.
But it's never since a low tension and so full of close.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually got back to Dublin, and I was thinking, I was so
Right.
It's art.
Yes.
But it didn't feel me either. It didn't else. And if anything, there's more.
Yeah.
And more. I may welcoming.
Yeah.
And a sense of you.
Yeah.
I need to hostage because I was totally amazed. Hold on, go there, every day.
Yeah.
I'm using that.
Yeah.
It's almost like how does us to one and insanity is a word of our tradition. And I made it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm leaving back.
Get your passport.
You try to start meeting like the kids who are over there come over here.
Yeah.
Those are our kids.
Get your passport.
No. Yeah, all this. Yes, all my friends ever travel abroad have sent some apples and also
Yes, agreed.
You say it right.
Exactly. Yes. It's not saying one or the other. It's not choosing one or the other. You could do both.
Just understanding certain things.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
With us, like,
I over him.
Yeah.
We didn't do
it. That's the so sad. It's like you are giving the friends of looking at it as baseball. Which is an idea. Right.
So that's why we need to stop straight men from talking 2024 because they're the ones pushing these conversations. And we need as many different voices in the room, in the spaces that we can, because that's really the only way that change can happen. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. I actually think of a while went down. Was there a hashtag?
Yeah, there's a hashtag for it. Yeah, there's a hashtag for it. Yes.
Yeah, hashtag. We'll be able to share the others. Make your own opinions.
And share your stories. Yes, share your stories. Yes.
You know, talk about your transitioning and your and especially this goes into you talking about the three walls of life.
Okay.
you talk a little about your transition, about your careers, and kind of what people you share the same thing.
Sure, sure. So I recently switched industries. If you've listened to me on a previous podcast, you know that I, for many years, worked in contemporary art galleries in New York City. But this recent outing came to a head, and I realized that I really was putting in so much energy, so much time, using so many of my skills, and not really getting anything tangible in return. You know, I was spending all of this time pushing someone else's dreams along and not pushing my own. And so I made a conscious decision to stop that and to change industries. So now, and it's really hard because, you know, really, it's really about convincing someone else in a different industry that all of the things I've been doing this whole time are transferable. Luckily, I was able to get a temp position, so it's really a good way for me to suss out whether I can stay in this industry or not. So I work for a fintech company in Chelsea. I'm not gonna say what company, but it's a very cool, very relaxed environment. And for the first time, I think in my entire life, I work with actual adults who I can tell their C-suite jobs, they have earned it. So that was...
If you do feel like, you know, maybe both America for some years, you do realize you're like...
Right, but I work for people who I'm like, oh, I totally see why you have the job that you have. You've put in the work. And so it's a really different kind of... the engagement level is really different. The way that people treat you is very different. So I feel like I had been kind of raised by animals in the forest, and now I've come into like real society, and I'm like, oh, is that how people behave in an office? So it's been really lovely. My coworkers are really lovely. And I hope that there's a viable future for me in this field. And it is, I would say, a really good way, a really good path, strong path to then get me to my end goal, which is opening my own gallery in Glasgow. So setting me up so that that's possible. Yes. I will say that until it actually happens. So I'm going to talk today with Dak about this concept of the big three. And it's the three kind of markers in your life, the three goals in your life that define you. Like, so when you're thinking about who am I, Shauna, as a person, what are my big three? This idea came from a lovely conversation with one of my dear friends across the pond, Shauna, who is a teacher, and she's based in Newcastle. And I met her through another a mutual friend of ours. And and I've actually never met Shauna in the flesh either. But we exchange our friendship has grown through a series of voice notes, which I think are really, really wonderful kind of product of technology. And so we were talking, and Shona's had a really interesting life. It's her life to tell, so I won't go into it in too much detail. But her life and her three look quite different. She might not get married. She's not going to have kids, but her big three is, you know, engaging with things she did when she was a child, now as an adult. She loves to travel. That's one of her big three. And, you know, just living a life that is of her own making, you know. And she was bringing up a really good point to say that, you know, most people her age, she's about to turn 30. Most people her age, the big three is climbing the corporate ladder, getting married, and having kids. And anything that's not those three things seems unorthodox and kind of, you know, eclectic, bohemian, however you want to call it. And, you know, I really came away from that conversation thinking about what my three would be, because, you know, my life is going to look very different in the next couple of months, in the next year, in the next 2 years.
Right.
And I always think about, I'm not defined by my job. Most people are defined by their job. So what is the thing that brings me joy? And I think for me, travel is the thing, one of the big things. I think it allows me to learn more about myself. It allows me to learn more about my friends that I travel with. It helps me to learn more about the world that we live in, and the people that populate this world. I think about relationships in terms of all of them, my friends, my family, loved ones that come into my life, and how those relationships sustain me. That's one of my three. It's one of the things that bring me such joy. Yeah. I think about all of my friends who are incredibly talented. They're off doing, Dak, you're one of these people. You're off doing all these amazing things with the skills that you have, and you're sharing it with the world. You are. Stop it. You are. And how those relationships and those kind of threads that I've connected in the world, how they sustain me and they inspire me and they keep me doing what I'm doing. And then my last three, I think, and this is kind of, this is kind of related. Waking up every day and looking at my life and knowing that my time is my own. I fill it. I fill my days how I want. I do what I want, and I live in the best possible way that kind of nourishes myself and nourishes the people around me. And I think that those markers are really important. If I was to be boiled down and like defined in, so I challenge you. I challenge anyone who's listening today. I challenge you, Jack, to think about what are your big three? What are the things that you pour your energy into? What are the things that sustain you? What are the things that make you happy, give you joy? What would they be? Oh,
No, I mean, I find out with my career is kind of was starting.
okay.
Hilarious.
I know. I know. That's kind of funny.
That is system. I think sustain and keep that maintaining a health relationship with it because that for me that's
So building one, and you're building one. You're building one as it's being one.
really important. Yeah, I think that's I care about family and they have been later education. Yes, I love them that thing. It just so you get wholesome George.
Yeah.
And it's sad that so many things can happen in such tragic ways. There's those much details of others are the sickness and there's even not feel well, then you know that happens. And it's also like it's something to really do. Like besides teaching how to do what we can do. It's like these are little things. Yeah. I think this is about what else happened. Is that our family overtakes us. Give me all that.
So is one of your three kind of creating family the way you see it yourself?
Yeah, just also not having a family with like expectations either. And lots. And then I think when I think about these are a family one day, I would love to be able to be good for my kids, but also let them live lives and occasional them.
Right.
But also want to be a parent at the same time. Yes, they do. But I think deep down somewhere, if you ever get to I said this whole head. Such a bad thing to say. I would think that I ended up with 3 boys, all straight, and all drugs.
I mean, that's might happen.
It may happen.
It may happen. But, you never know.
And it's also my thing that growth probably out to. But for the is, obviously as a point of reflection of being, any form of love family to be a family, and then you could still do good care and still not feeling no social pressure. Yeah, we'll put us close some good stores. And
Right.
I want to create the next 10 years. No, it's just what to me happening.
Right.
The John Solis, let them know where she's So it's either or. So everything nice and nothing. When you're doing good, I don't think they're in trouble or crazy or not there, but
Yeah.
then that's just what decided.
Yeah. Okay. So parenting is one of your three.
Yeah. They got care, for example.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't trust all those things.
Too much. Point.
I just try to be really good. I'm at it. Going to the whole set. Probably the most stock relationship where it's that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yes, I'm gonna give it that. That doesn't mean it has to be traditional. It could be surrogate. It could be adoption.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like homes as well. So
Exactly.
then you don't have to fit a form with it. It's how the way that it works. To that and it's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
People fully understand what a family is. And I think a lot of people that come out closet they go through is your sexuality or awakening, realize your chosen family is your chosen family. But I don't think also everyone is on success and health of them. That I do for at some point. It's like you gotta find it. Yeah. To be friendship with families. Like a friendships with this.
That you need to what? Cut off? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, what's the word?
Throw into the ocean?
What's the word you like?
Put them in the bin?
You said you are who you are. Just like remember you surround yourself with.
You should always surround yourself with people that are better than you are.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I think is really true.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I feel like that is important because I think it does stabilize it.
It pushes you.
It pushes you to be better off faster. It's not about being afraid that it doesn't need to model words that everyone comes to. I'm not always sure. Like my levels. For some reason, you go find me and you feel my stories.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't listen.
Right.
Goals. So this is a point where it's competitive. And you kind of see that maybe you just don't like. I can't. Right. And that's hard. It's hard.
No, it's not.
And I hear that.
It's not.
Was it here different? It's
Different.
But I think you're really good about. You're really good about being like, what about that? I'm like, I don't think it's fine. Listen, I'm in your process. You talk about, yeah, so it's going. And people go to grocery stores. I can have a couple of attach your process. And like, I had to learn this play. Dude, it's like, I use a pusher, going back to talking to others and I'm like, oh, it uses this. That's what it so falls up. It's like, grand wise, like, these suggestions.
Right. Right.
The, so this would help me, but, that same thing forced the relief world. I'm not first that, you want to try to like,
I mean,
you can get that, you need to get that, because I'm not trying at it, to be honest.
that doesn't work. Well, to that point, I think there's this fine line between wanting. Now we've gone off on a tangent because we are not talking about the big three anymore. Because we are on a separate. We have lost, as they say in England, we have lost the plots. We've lost the plots. But anywho, we carry on. We carry on. I think there's a fine line between kind of advising your friends because you want what's best for them.
Sure.
And telling people how to live their lives. I think there's a fine line. I think
that's a good
exactly. So I think in this concept of surrounding yourself with people who are better than you, I think it's good to kind of go between this way of observing them, observing your friends, observing kind of how they are, what they do, and then advising. And I think anyone who has a really strong, really robust friendship, I think you should be able to be quite frank. I mean, I can't say that I've ever minced words when it comes to any of my friends, when it comes to you, when it comes to any of our friends, because I think you've given enough trust and you've put in enough trust in this relationship that you can take what I'm about to say to you. And if you can't, then we have to reevaluate where we really are. I had recently had a tiff with a very, very dear friend of mine, and we set a time to have a conversation, and we had a conversation. It was a long, difficult conversation. No one ever wants to have a conversation with their friend to say, "Oh, you've hurt me." But I felt confident, and she felt confident enough for us to say that to one another. Yeah. And we cleared the air and worked through our issues. And I think, that's a sign of maturity, and it's not about an actual age, it's about a mental state of being mature. Yeah. So someone who's mature can take the fact where I'm telling you, you need to do X, Y, and Z because I can see that you're better than this, Yeah. And anyone who's a bit fragile about that, you need to have a conversation about that as well. So people who are really invested in being your friend will take what you're saying to heart.
Hopefully.
No, they should. Not hopefully, they should.
Oh, yeah. I did later if they really don't know it. It's the funders.
Right. No, of course not.
I feel like I want to list of also the social capacity and actually responsible about this about the negativity. I want to go to negative.
Right.
So I already live in leadership or it's my other cases and like I need to take that off for you too.
Right.
So it's like really I'm gonna listen. It's like you don't do so much listening before you I didn't need to take a pause.
Right.
And I think those necessarily is the those conversations. I'm not saying that very easy.
I mean, I don't enjoy them, but I feel they are necessary.
You know what is my that's certain shit. Yeah, I said this conversation said I'm not really
right.
Oh shit. So I don't treat it as a flutter point. I'm kind of that's to you more going to mess each other. And I'm not saying I'm perfect either. I never was ever. That's because this shit was thing. We sometimes take so high on layer ourselves and we're needing I used to just get something big up, which I knew was my best. So it's more like let's actually say it. So really did. Now for now. That's some
Yes.
Why? I don't know.
Yes, people are people.
Because reasons. But at the end of the day, I know.
Maybe the location in which he lives contributes to this. State of mind.
It's about the people I talk about this high shit conversation. Just we were in the same place together. Yeah. Can't be the distance at some point. Not in a sexual relationship, but they not see you friends. So they sometimes can be. So it's true, actually. It's true. It's something to you for me, so don't take it very well.
Right.
Loyal and take it very well.
Right. My best friend.
They did that for a very long time. We were
takes very well.
Yeah. Some
people don't. Yeah, that's true. I think as we get older, it becomes an additional layer to kind of manage your friendships.
You do.
I think, particularly when people start kind of separating themselves in terms of career, in terms of getting married, in terms of having kids, I think we have to start being okay with the fact that friendships will look different. And if some of them don't make it out, then that's okay too. I think we need to be a little bit more, I think we need to be better at being okay with things ending. I think, you know what I mean? I think we need to be okay with the fact that like we're not close anymore, and that's okay.
Yeah. I don't hate you.
I don't hate you,
It's
but
just-
life has come into play and we are here and you are here and I'm here. And I think we need to, I mean, I'm learning this lesson big time. Like, I need to start being okay with things just being.
Yeah.
It's this idea of let them be. I saw something on Instagram the other day. It's the let them be concept. Like, no matter, somebody told the story about how they were at party and they didn't say hello to this particular person, and then from that moment on, that person didn't like them. So they would come into mutual spaces with this person, and and the response from the person who is at the blunt end of that said, I came into the space and I was distracted and I went to like put my coat and I didn't see this person to say hello. And that's all it was. And it's this idea of people are going to behave however they want. People are going to like you. People are not going to like you for a multitude of reasons. And you just have to be okay with that.
You have to.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a long time ago, I learned that the way that I am and my personality is not for everyone. And people are going to not like me based on a very small sliver of experience with me. And I'm like, I'm okay with that because I don't need every single person to like me.
You have to change yours.
And I'm not going to change who I am. So twofold, this being okay when things end and the letting them be. People are going to behave how they want to behave. You just have to be okay with people not liking you.
That's the really
Yeah.
strong one too. Yeah, you always want to be like.
Yeah. Women. That's what we were taught from a very early age that we have to be likable. So when we're going out into the world, we do all kinds of things, sometimes against our own nature, to be likable. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that anymore because at the end of the day, you can do all that and people still don't like you.
So go watch Barbie.
So go watch. So go watch Barbie. Go watch Barbie. Long story short, go watch Barbie.
Barbie.
Go watch Barbie. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're regular baseball professional goals is a year in advance.
Yes, a year in advance.
I think it's really important to plan a two big trips.
Yes, I agree.
It's just supposed to be. Have to train a goal.
Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to.
I had an idea.
And I make it happen.
No.
I make it happen.
But ideally, things are can just go.
Yes.
Well, but I said, I still not it is. Now, I believe Instagram and algorithms because I had my idea. And now every time I'm logging in, what to Instagram.
Tell me what is it?
All the fake for cooking fun where I should go where I shouldn't do. That's Japan.
Oh, well, don't watch an episode of Somebody Feed Phil. He went to Kyoto and I was like, I'm going there now.
So, like, I did this from John. I said, okay, I'm the thief.
Yes. Are you? Oh my God, I had no idea.
So I did, yes. I lived in a tool. Lovely bowl line, free from the recording. I was very close. But I said, on top of that, pain was spoil the rest stuff. So, full cherries. Every school's actually go. Let me.
Exactly.
But we now did. So I said, let me guys. Telling you that it's. All right.
Yes, it will be. Yeah.
So yeah, I had an idea and we were talking about it, and so now I just
It's like Japan.
So how do you live? So apparently, if I were to Instagram, I'm going to Tokyo and spring of 2020.
Awesome, fabulous.
I want to do like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you have to. Like it's far.
You can't do that. I'll read with it's an outfit.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if I play this stuff, it's still me. Other somebody sees you has. She did it for. Well, I was just 10 days then. So the show.
Yeah.
And says Jared Groups.
Yeah.
And I always think about, and she did it as,
That's fine.
I was in the US.
Then it's not
know every place. That's all.
Then it's fine. Yeah.
But just a good thought. So that's on my list. Too.
Okay. Are we going to talk about the other big trip?
I love most of the stuff that we talked about.
Why not? It is. But it's a big trip that I will need to plan. So yeah, it is.
No, it sounds like I have an opinion.
Oh yeah. Also, Kat, our other friend, Kat, is testing out a ski location as we speak in Andermatt. So she will come back with next year. I want to go to Scandinavia. I want to explore Scandinavia. I'd really love the short time I spent in Copenhagen for 4 days, and I'd like to kind of expand. I might want to do that in the summer, next summer. This is for my birthday. I want to make that a big trip. I'm saying it now. I'm putting it into the universe, right? And I also want to spend more time in Scotland. I want to do more than just Glasgow and Edinburgh. I want to see other places in Scotland. So
Has she been to that?
no, I have not.
You did not?
No, I have not. No, I wasn't invited.
So
I wasn't invited. Yeah, I heard it was nice. I wasn't invited. Anywho, so yes, I'd like to explore more of Scotland. And I'd like to start traveling to South America. I'd love to go to Argentina. I'd love to go to Chile. I'd love to go to Colombia. Because I find that, you know, obviously the pull of Europe is strong because a lot of my academic endeavors are over there.
yeah.
But I'd really like to kind of branch out and see other places. So, yeah, well, it's a good one. Yeah.
Well, let's wait for next year too.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
whoever doesn't do it.
Yes. Yes, we're going to have to go to Italy.
That's
That's a bad idea. You need to go to Italy before. No, you need to go to Italy before that. I'm going to put that out there. Wink, wink. Anywho,
it is so great.
Well, Dak, it was lovely talking to you, even though we completely went off on a tangent. But also, can I take a moment to give myself a little plug? So, inspired by Dak, I'm going to be starting a podcast in the next month or so called the Cashmere Mafia. And really, it's going to be centered on telling women's stories, women's origin stories, how they arrived doing the wonderful things, the wonderful jobs, the wonderful roles that they have in life. And I hope you guys will tune in. I've got a really wonderful, robust list of incredible women that I call my near and dear. And yeah, join us as we indoctrinate us all into the Cashmere Mafia. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jack, for having me.
For your therapy session.
Of course, always a good time. Hashtag Stop Straight Men 2024. And follow Blakely Thornton on Instagram.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. Talk to you again soon.